Hey everybody, Mike McWilliams here. I have another box. It's another month, so we have another unboxing of delicious vintage Japanese goodness here. I've actually got two guitars here that I think are pretty special, and they're both Strats. So let me spare you the agony of having to go through all this packaging and hearing my cat scratching on its scratch pad. So let me open this up, save a little bit of time through the magic of editing. Let's do this. Okay, as I mentioned in my intro, we have two Strats here today that I think really represent Japanese quality during the last part of the 1970s, going into the 1980s. I believe this one is a 450. Let me take this off and check back here. No, this is a 500. So this is the SE 500. Super sound and natural color. Natural. And yeah, that's a beauty. Again, in excellent condition. This is always my favorite, my second favorite Strat color. Just like everybody else, I like a nice sunburst like the one here behind me. This is my second favorite. White, yeah, that would be my third. Black would definitely be my fourth. But I love this natural body on here. Yeah, there's a little crack in the back plate. So somebody decided to use a little bit of tape to hold it together. That's not necessary because I have a replacement plate for this anyway, so that's fine. That doesn't even look like the original plate anyway. Yeah, so just looking really nice here. It's not strung up. I will string it up with a nice set of nines. Yes, Eddie, I hear you. You can have that. You're welcome. We'll string it up with a set of nines, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, they're just going to town with that packing box. Never mind that I'm filming here trying to do an unboxing video, but no. But it looks really good. Let me turn it around here so that you can, without dragging that with it, so you can see how it looks in the case. It just really looks beautiful. Super Sound SE 500 in natural, in its original case, looking really good. Well, not original case. I don't believe these came with cases at this level, but certainly a period correct case, we'll say that much. So there's that, guys. Looking good on that. As a matter of fact, let's display it. Let's put it right here. Yeah, let's do that. In this somewhat dusty, innocuous looking leather gig bag is probably one of the most important Strat copies that was ever made, in the sense that a lot of them were made over a long period of time, and really the quality of these have held up so much so that you can really say that this is what caused Fender to make a leap of business faith and go to Japan and say, hey, you guys are doing such a good job, because they got one of these, this particular model, and said, you guys have done such a fantastic job. We want you to start making these under the Fender brand. This was a Greco. This is a Greco. This is a Tokai, and this is quite a well-known Tokai. They're available out there, made a lot of them, but they are regarded as some of the finest Japanese Strat copies ever made. And again, like I said, when the guys at Fender Corona got wind of this guitar, got one of them in their hands, they said, you know what? We need to get on a plane and go over to Japan and get these guys to start building guitars for us. The yen to dollar rate at that time made a lot of business sense for them to make that move. And certainly there was not going to be any kind of issue in terms of quality because they already knew that these guys could make great Strat copies. Now, it's not when Fender did take over and start producing Strat copies in Japan, they did make some changes. So this is not, some people will tell you that this guitar is the same as an early Fender Strat. There are some small differences. The types of metals that were used in order to produce the hardware, of course the pickups, but essentially this guitar is the same as, we'll say 90% the same as early Fender JV series Strats. All right, we'll say 1980-ish Tokai springy sound. Or in other words, the Tokai ST50. So again, in my number one favorite color, I wonder how this holds up against this Chinese 2003. Color-wise, what do you guys think? Which one do you like better? The Japanese Tokai or the Squire Chinese-made one from 2003? I'll have to look at that in the sunlight. Of course, I live in the Netherlands, so seeing something in the sunlight is about every other week or so now this time of year. Yeah, a little bit of a ding right here, but you know what? I don't mind dings on Strats. It adds to the overall kind of groove of it. Something happened here, but looks otherwise a few scratches here. I can buff that out actually. The neck is great. The frets are great on both of these guitars. So yeah, all original on this, and just looking like a real champ. So these SD50s again were the guitars that really got the attention of Fender, and so much so that they said, hey, why don't you guys at Tokai start building these for us, and the rest is history. So I'm really happy today to be able to unbox these two great examples of Japanese craftsmanship from the late 1970s, early 1980s in the form of these two great Strats, a Greco and a Tokai. And again, these guitars eventually, especially this Tokai, led to the involvement of Fender in Japan making guitars. I can't wait to plug these in and run them through their paces. I already can say that I'm liking the feel of this one. And I'm liking the way it's looking as well. It's just really great. They both look great. But you know, I have a preference towards this color anyway. But this is a great opportunity to show off two great examples of Japanese Strats from that time period, and I thank you so much for taking the time to watch this unboxing this evening. They came a little late, but I think better late than never in the case of these. I'm always greatly relieved when they come in one piece. So there is that. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time to stop by and watch this unboxing of these two great Japanese vintage guitars. Always a pleasure to do this every month, to bring this to you guys. If you really like this channel and what you're seeing, why don't you consider joining this community and subscribing? Yes, we really would love to have you join into this community that is growing every day, and we'd like to have you as a member of it. So please consider hitting the subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated, and take 2 seconds to hit the like button while you're at it. Thank you so much, guys, for staying tuned into the end of this, watching this video, hitting the like button, subscribing with me, and I will see you guys the next time. Bye-bye.